Hey everyone, this is Kurt Frankum with Leading Saints, and this coming week, starting March 17th, is the Meetings with Saints Virtual Summit, which is a virtual conference, right? You can attend anywhere in the world for free, and we're diving into the content of meetings, the science of meetings, how to hold better meetings, how to improve sacrament meetings, one-to-one meetings, word council meetings, any type of meetings. We're going to discuss it in this upcoming few weeks where we do a virtual conference and talk about it. So Meetings with Saints Virtual Summit, which you can find more information at leadingsaints.org/meetings. So I want to discuss a specific principle that I'll discuss in the upcoming virtual summit, the Meetings with Saints Virtual Summit. And it's this concept of chaos in an organization and how many times meetings can lead to further chaos in an organization. Because meetings are sort of the place where the wheel gets cranked, right? As far as getting work done, moving the vision forward, moving assignments forward, that moves the organization forward. A lot of that is done, or the inception of that is done in a meeting. And so if you don't get the meeting right, or if you don't understand these principles in the context of a meeting, you're going to end up with a lot of chaos. So I have a formula that I want to show you as far as what I believe leads to chaos in organizations. One is multiple targets. These are multiple visions or multiple things that we're trying to do. When everybody's trying to do everything, the organization is doing nothing, right? And so you may see this that in a ward, maybe Come Follow Me is a big focus, and there's a lot of talk around Come Follow Me, so we're trying to do that. But also, we got to do family history too. Make sure you're doing family history, and here's our family history plan to make sure that we do a really good job. But wait, what about missionary work? That's right, we're doing missionary work too. So look at the ward mission leader and say, what's your plan? Put it together, and then we have this plan, right? And then it just goes on and on and on as far as different targets that we aim at in our organizations that take us away from one solo target. So that's the first part of this equation. The next part that adds a bit chaos is a lot of capable people. Now that may seem weird because, don't we want a lot of capable people in our organizations? Well, this is a dynamic that we often see happen in very saturated areas of the church, like Utah, Arizona, Idaho, where there's a lot of very capable people with experience that all live close together, so they all end up in the same ward or the same organization. So you may have a ward that has 50 individuals who could be a phenomenal bishop or in the stake presidency or Relief Society presidency. Or if you go out to a more remote area like Nebraska or Canada, or even outside the United States where the church isn't as saturated, you're just not going to find as many experienced people in one organization that as you might find in a more saturated area. And so when you have a lot of people, plus you have a lot of targets, that equals chaos. Because you may have one individual who's extremely capable, who could lead many organizations, but that individual is in charge of family history. And so they're going to push and rally everybody around family history, while the other individual who's really capable at missionary work is going to try and rally everybody around missionary work. They'll do all this work to put plans together and really do a good effort, which is great, right, on the surface. But if your organization is aiming at too many targets, it's just going to lead to chaos because everybody's trying to do everything, and therefore your organization is doing nothing. So let me give you an alternative equation to shoot for that maybe will help individuals to instead of getting chaos, get success in your organization or edification in your organization. So the first one, instead of having multiple targets, you should have one target, or at least very few targets, right? And what this does is it unifies the group and gives them vision as far as what we're trying to accomplish. Now, I'm recording this in March of 2020, and we're seeing this right now as the coronavirus is the issue, right? And there's a lot of self-quarantine going on. So what's happening is that we're taking away a lot of targets and moving it to one target. And it's remarkable to see the unity that's happening across the country, across the world, all focused on this one target that's threatening mankind to some extent, right? So obviously, there's many capable people in the world who can do a lot of capable things. But we're asking them, actually, we need you to stop doing that capable thing and stay home and self-quarantine, because we're focused on a higher vision of keeping things under control with the health of the world and individuals, and keeping as many people alive as possible, right? So it's a remarkable thing to watch as the world comes together, removes targets, and has one specific target. Now, obviously, it's not an emergency in every organization, or you shouldn't run an organization just by emergencies, but it's the role of the leader to have one solo target, or at least a dominant target that we're all coming together and aiming towards, right? And when we do that, we have a clear vision. So one target and a clear vision. What happens is you may have a lot of capable people in your organization, and maybe you have an individual who's really excited about family history, and they come to you and they say, Bishop, great, or really excited president, this is so awesome, I put together this plan, we need to implement this plan about family history and run with it. And in that moment, you can say, actually, I appreciate this work you've done, but we're focused on this one target of missionary work. And so I would need you to figure out how to implement that family history plan into our main target of missionary work. You see, it brings vision and clarity. And so when you have one target plus clear vision, it leads to edification and success of the organization. And all this happens in the context of meetings, right? If you're in a ward council meeting or a presidency meeting, and suddenly people are bringing more targets to the table, and it could even be the person in charge or the bishop or stake president or whomever, they may bring more and more targets. It's important as an organization to step back and say, wait, what equation are we following? Are we following an equation that leads to chaos, or are we following an equation that leads to edification and success? So join us on starting March 17th when the Meetings with Saints virtual summit starts. It's for free. You just go to leadingsaints.org/meetings. You put your email address in there to register, and you can watch each session at no cost to you from anywhere in the world that has internet access, obviously. So Meetings with Saints virtual summit starting March 17th at leadingsaints.org/meetings.